Aisha here, just going to do a little demonstration for you on how to install a stream temperature logger for the StreamWatcher program. So you're going to get a little temperature logger that looks just like it. This has some flagging tape on it for visibility's sake, and it will already be launched for you and ready to go. And you'll be able to check this. There's a little window here that says OK beside it, and if you see a little red flashing light every few seconds or so, that means it's recording and ready to go. So you're going to take your logging housing unit provided by SSEA, just unscrew the end here and stick your logger along with all that flagging tape, just tuck it all in there. And then you're going to screw that back on. You want to do it fairly tight, but keep in mind that you do have to get it off at the end of the season, so don't go too hard. And then you want to find a site where it's deep enough that you're going to have water coverage for the whole season. So you have to keep an eye on it, and if the river drops, you may have to move it a little bit deeper. But then also keep in mind, if you're going to retrieve it in the fall, that if the water comes up, you don't want it to be so deep that you can't access it. So for demonstration purpose, we're just going to tuck it in right here. And so you're going to want to take a mallet or a hammer or something like that to actually bang it down into the stream sediment. And so this just helps really kind of keep it in place if stream flows come up. So we're going to just knock that in there. You're going to get wet doing this. There we go. Hip waders are definitely an asset here. So next thing you want to do is sort of look at where the logger is, and two things. So make sure it's well hidden, especially if it's a place where other people might wander by. So you can kind of tuck rocks around it and just sort of make it blend into the local environment. And the other thing is to remember exactly where you put it. It's amazing how much sediment these things can collect and really blend in, and makes it really hard to find at the end of the season. So the best way to do that is to sort of look for any features close by. So there's a bridge down here, for example, so I might measure the distance upstream from the bridge. And if there's any kind of rocks or features close by, just to mark those in as well. And what we generally do with our temperature loggers is just sort of hold the mallet over top and try to get a picture with that marker. So then at the end of the season, you can kind of look at your photo and say, oh, that's, you know, triangulate exactly where you are to find your logger again. So after you've placed your logger, you're also going to want to make sure you note the date and the exact time that you put the logger in the stream. So because the logger is already launched, it's recording temperature right from the time you get it. So we want to make sure we know when the logger is actually measuring stream temperature as opposed to ambient air temperature. And then the other thing to note, obviously, is safety in terms of getting into the stream. So making sure that it's not too deep, that it's going to be dangerous for you, or that the flow velocity isn't so fast that it's going to sweep you off your feet. So just making sure to gauge conditions before you wade into the stream.